Your brain loves the comfort zone to conserve energy, but it never releases dopamine for stability. Feed yourself your favorite meal every single day, and hedonic adaptation kicks in. Soon enough, it loses all taste. Safe, predictable love eventually turns into emotional sensory deprivation. It's so quiet, orderly, and bland that your mind begins to suffocate from boredom. But starve in the freezing cold for 3 days, and a stale crust of bread feels more euphoric than a 5-star meal. That is the trap of obsession. It thrives on the violent swing of an emotional pendulum. First, it drags you to rock bottom, cold indifference, rejection, and the sheer panic of loss. Then, out of nowhere, it catapults you to the peak, a blinding surge of adoration, tenderness, and dizzying passion. It's this massive amplitude from freezing hell to pure ecstasy that fries your neural wiring. Your brain goes into cognitive overload and makes a fatal mistake. It confuses the sudden relief from psychological torture with true cosmic love. If you want to see this mechanism in its rawest, most terrifying form, you don't need a psychiatry textbook. You just need to look at the most unhinged case study in literary history. In Wuthering Heights, Catherine had the perfect husband, Edgar. He was that prime steak served every single day, wealthy, gentle, and utterly devoted. And inside that sterile safety, Catherine felt buried alive. Heathcliff was the 3-day starvation and the live electric wire. With him, there were no middle grounds. They either tore each other apart with venomous rage or burned in an obsessive frenzy that dissolved their entire identities. It wasn't love, it was an inescapable dopamine loop. You don't become addicted to the person, you become addicted to the devastating contrast they create. And when Catherine died, Heathcliff refused to heal. Healthy grief meant letting go and returning to room temperature. Instead, he spent 20 years feeding on the withdrawal, destroying innocent families, and nearly 2 decades later, marching into a graveyard, digging up her body, and breaking open the side of her coffin to lay against her rotting bones. Because to an obsessed mind, freezing dirt with her is warmer than a peaceful life without the fever. In 1847, Emily Bronte didn't write a romance novel. She dissected a biochemical trap that culture still mistakes for soulmates. Obsession will always feel 1,000 times more intoxicating than love, because love keeps your feet on solid ground, while the pendulum of obsession swings you to heaven, only to drop you straight into an open grave.